Stephen A., you've been on record saying that this year is a make-or-break year for Rex Ryan. So what's your take on this?
Actually, I've been on record saying this year is done. I mean, once it's over for Rex Ryan as head coach of the New York Jets. I truly believe that because I believe that their offense is going to be anemic, it's going to be pathetic, and as a result, it's going to force them to lose games. I think Rex Ryan is concentrating on his defense because I think with the fiasco that has taken place with the New York Jets over the last 2 years and a third one coming, Rex Ryan recognizes that his best shot to remain in this league in a elevated role is going to be that of a defensive coordinator as a head coach. The offense has been basically confiscated from him. It's Marty Morningwig's offense, along with John Idzik, even though they're going to deny it. And I think John Clayton is right on the money with what he's saying. Rex Ryan has proven that he can be a motivator. He has proven that he is an elite defensive mind in this game. But there are several areas in which he has dropped the ball as a head coach in terms of offense and in terms of galvanizing the troops and keeping them all on the same page. He ran afoul with the mouth, put a lot of guarantees, ultimately didn't live up to them, and then they nosedived over the last 2 years. And now he's on a hot seat. He's had his own personality compromised. They've muzzled him. They've modified his behavior significantly. And now they've literally taken power away from him to the point where Rex Ryan looked me in the face during training camp in Cortland, New York, when I was there several weeks ago, and he told me flat out he wasn't going to be as involved with the offense as he was in the past. That is Marty Morningwig's responsibility now. So to do that and then to turn back around and insert Mark Sanchez into that preseason game where you ultimately got him hurt, I think speaks volume because it was such a boneheaded decision that is going to be attached to Rex Ryan for years and years to come. I think he knows it. I think the Jets franchise knows it. I think he's taken too much criticism. Also, Mike Greenberg, Skip, called into my radio show, 98.7 FM in New York with Ryan Rucco, 1 to 3 every day. Mike Greenberg called in yesterday and reminded us how you have to remember that Idzik would not have been there to begin with if it were not for Rex Ryan. Woody Johnson, the owner, didn't want to pay Rex for the last 2 years on his deal for doing nothing. So he kept him around, and as a result, he wasn't able to go out and get a Bill Polian or some of the tried and experienced GMs out there, so they had to settle for John Idzik. Well, if you're Rex Ryan, essentially everything is attached to you pertaining to the New York Jets, and as a result, you can't win. So John Clayton is right again because he sees the handwriting on the wall. He knows that Rex Ryan sees it on the wall because everybody else does, and as a result, Rex Ryan did what he did. Nothing wrong with him going to the game, but you shouldn't have time to tailgate party. You had that time because your heart ain't into it the way that it used to be.
Yep.
It's just that simple.
By the way, there was one ranking I did agree with in the current power rankings on ESPN.com. The Jets are ranked dead last, 32nd. I'm with that. Stephen A., this is a sad situation that has grown pathetic. To me, Rex isn't just a lame duck coach. He's a stopgap coach who's lost almost all of his power. Now he's just the defensive coordinator of a unit that lost Darrelle Revis, arguably, when healthy, the best cornerback in pro football. And Darrelle was traded because the new GM thought he had to trade him. So it was an Idzik move that left Rex with a Revis-less defense. Now I'm seeing one defiant act after another. These aren't even subtle. Remember the day he blasted Idzik's pick, Geno, after one lousy practice when he was trying to play on a bum ankle? It was just outrageous. But it was Rex saying, this is the guy you drafted? Really? He was sorry today in practice, which I thought was out of bounds. Then, of course, he saw an opening in the fourth quarter of that preseason game. Geno stepped off the back line out of bounds for safety, and Rex went against all orders and said, nope, I'm going to put my guy Sanchez in the game and try to see if he can be a hero. Rex got a terrible break. Sanchez hurts his shoulder, right shoulder. So now we have cut down weekend. And Rex is basically saying, well, I don't have anything to do with this. Idzik makes all these decisions. He's the personnel director and the GM now. I got no input. So he knows, even though his son isn't going to play as a walk-on for Clemson, he's going to the Clemson game on Saturday night. I think it's a defiant act. He's basically daring Idzik and or Woody to fire him. And I don't think they're going to fire him. They just need to get through this year, the growing pains of Geno as a rookie starting quarterback, with somebody coaching the defense, and it happens to be Rex. And to me, Morningweg is more of the head coach than Rex is at this point.
Well, I wouldn't say that, because the defense is what's going to carry this team. And definitely Rex Ryan is patrolling that along with Dennis Thurman, the defensive coordinator. But I will tell you that offensively, Rex almost doesn't seem interested. And you got to remember, Mark Sanchez was on the bench. Matt Sims was literally talking to Marty Morningweg, preparing to go into the game when Rex Ryan had decided to insert Mark Sanchez. Any NFL player worth his salt will tell you, once you're out, you're out. In a preseason game, you don't put the guy in the fourth quarter who's a potential starter and had been a starter for you for 4 years. You don't put him in with a bunch of backups and third stringers. You simply don't do that. And to do that endangered Mark Sanchez. And Rex Ryan wasn't thinking about all of that because he was preoccupied with Idzik and what's going on with the Jets. It's a mess.